Thank you for clarifying this.
So that's
Everything is.
That's included in the loan?
Say it again,
Everything is
Terry.
included.
Terry would like to hear that again, please.
All his bills we're going to be paying for?
No.
I don't understand
No. You pay for the bank's attorney, and you have your own attorney. And you're not paying his bills. He'll have his. Well, he's an attorney. So. Or is he an engineer? I don't know. But you know, it's good.
What is the property valued at? Do you know?
Well, I know what the tax valuation is, but I will say that.
What's the tax valuation?
It's actually, I have copies of the tax bill. I'll send them around. There's two tax bills.
Yeah, the one for the front.
This is one. Yeah, this is. I'll send you all the copies I got. So I put them both on one page. The residential portion is about $1,020,000 is what is being taxed at. $1,020,000.
That's a tax bill.
That's a tax, but
that's two different things.
assessors aren't appraisers.
Yeah.
Assessors guess the value. And, I've heard many times that there are properties that come in that are.
Last week at the meeting, Lou had said that the tax bill was $22,000.
Well, this is the assessed value.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, it's
Oh, I see
it's
now.
actually $32,000.
Oh, it's actually $32,000?
It's $32,000.
Oh, so the tax bill is actually $32,000.
You have in front of you.
Thank you.
A year.
But that includes the commercial.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not.
It actually breaks out the residential and the commercial over here. If you just take the residential portion of it, it's actually $14,600. That's what's on the
Not
spreadsheet.
counting this building here. This building is commercial.
Yes, but this is on the residential part of the plat. As far as I understand, it's on the residential.
So we're paying residential taxes on this building?
No.
No,
Actually, I don't know.
he said no.
So I'll say no.
I'll bet you $8,000 for this place is.
That probably would be true. He came up with a figure. I came up with when I did was 14,638. He rounded it to say 15,000. Was the taxes? Would be the taxes if you bought the back. The back, and I guess the back would do this. Right? So that is something I guess we'd have to clarify a little bit.
Which one?
Which one location? 115 Washington, 113.
Because we used to be at 113 at one time.
Yeah, when you
Still
go.
Are we still at 113?
Yeah, we're 115. Yeah.
Garage is down below.
150.
Garage is down below.
When you go to
That's
vote,
113.
they have you down for 115.
That's right.
Because I kept saying, no, I'm at 113.
And the lady said, don't you know where you live?
Which one's the residential?
The residential one is if you look on this side of it, it says residential.
On both?
A value.
Both of my addresses.
And then there's a second building over here. It's a different building.
Not listening?
Anyway, so I just did the quick math from this, and it came up to 14,638.
Is the valuation on this? And it's-
The valuation is on the left-hand side next to residential. Right under the property description. There's two places there. Okay. So that's the assessment.
Now, if we do buy this eventually, can we change this building to residential instead of commercial?
Can we change it to a?
Just by using it as a rec hall?
Community house.
Anything the town will allow, we'd have to.
When we could probably try to.
We're not really asking about paying taxes.
I'm sorry?
They don't want to change it.
Yeah.
They won't change it, they're going to put residential.
That was the one thing Lou said was they want, the town doesn't want to.
Their rent towards that expense, but he's only paying $1,600.
Yes. There isn't, he does not have a particular breakout to say that your rent of X dollars, $20 goes to this, $30 goes to that. He just pays his bills as they come in. You know what I mean?
No, but yeah, but if you take everybody's rent
You
for the
can
year
divide it
and
by-
you divide it, and you come up with a percentage of how much of it is going towards these expenses.
That, we can do that. What we did here was just show what he has actually spent. And that maintenance, other than the paving and the water lines, and I think that largely involves, some tree work, some plumbing work. He claims it's very little expenses. I would still budget around $3,000, but $100 a unit. Well, no, that's not $180 a unit, but $3,000 a year. That covers, the little things that come up. mainly trees, the occasional electric issue or paving issue.
You based it on last week, 387.
Yeah, but he just showed you how the breakdown works.
Those were examples.
Yeah, what I was just saying was,
How the breakdown works.
yeah, I mean, we can take the $63,000, or it's actually $660 after taking out the placement reserve, you can break it out.
So you figure that's what the operation cost is for the year, 63,000?
Yeah, that's it.
Divide that by 35 and you'll know what you're,
Well, 37.
Yeah.
well, you don't have to,
Still gotta be effective, so.
not counting two people that's not here.
Yeah, but remember, you are plowing for them anyway, right? You know, a lot of, you're plowing, paying taxes on it. So those two lots are pretty much paid for, you know, as far as expenses. You'd have some slight expenses, but a lot of it was pretty much low.
Now, you said last year that there were some special circumstances where people would have more than one vote. On last week's meeting, I mean...
Can you read me exactly what it says?
Yeah, last week you said...
Yeah,
Oh, move on, please. I'll find the number.
Yeah,
Continue.
now, the actual real killer in this is the water and the sewer, okay? Because he gets one bill for all of it, okay? So we have to figure this out. He said he prorated it. He said for 9 months he didn't have anybody in the buildings down there. So we had usage for just the community. And he gave me this figure, okay? But the water and the sewer and the two left-hand things includes the fact that he has those buildings. Okay? So that's something that we have to go back from the last 2 or 3 years of usage, find those 9 months.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. You said there were 4 trailers. I couldn't remember. You said 901Cs or something, and you said they didn't count. What does that mean? You said, and Lou said there was 4 of them. What did you mean by that?
Can you read exactly what it said?
Yeah, I have to find the exact quote.
I mean, if I'm going to be held to my word, then I'd like to hear it.
Yep.
Permission to read that from... Okay, snow removal. Okay, so water and sewer things that we have to go back a couple years to figure out. Okay, you just can't guess at that. Snow removal, he says he thinks it's like $4,800 a year. 2009 was higher, 2008 was lower. He says he has a guy that he really likes, but he considers it very expensive. He says he never gets a call from anyone. So,
Which means a lot.
which means a lot to you guys.
It means a lot.
Yeah, it does. If you're going to pay up for anything, pay up for snow plowing. I would still go out and get other bids to see whether it's crazy or not, but trash collection, you know, that doesn't vary a lot. You know, trash is trash, right? How many dumpsters do you have? 1, 2 dumpsters?
One dumpster.
One dumpster.
Once a week.
In some communities, I've heard sometimes say that's not enough, we want to go more. We want a bigger one, we pay them $200.
It's not big enough because everybody fills the front of the dumpster and not the back.
Yeah.
So you put the new one in, they get it.
Huh?
That one's a lot better than the new one they put in.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's still not big enough because everybody fills the front so you can't get to the
I
back.
haven't seen any trash on the ground since you put that bigger one in.
I have.
Have you?
I've gone in there when it's
See
full,
kids in there.
take my handy duty little hole that I have in the back of the pickup and push the stuff into the back so I can put stuff in the
Does
front.
it have a back slider that you can get?
People-
There's still dumping in the front.
No,
Yeah.
it's side.
Sometimes
Sometimes you throw trash in the back.
sometimes you can get a different type. You know,
So we can also have pickup once a week.
Yeah.
Then we don't have to worry about beds, couches, chairs, mattresses,
Yeah, they all go in the dumpster.
and a lot of other things.
That's always a big issue, you know, so.
And let me tell you, the trash company is not too keen on that.
No.
Because I called them to have a recliner moved from my house, because I honestly considered chopping it up and throwing it in there. And they said to pass the word around that they're not too keen on the furniture in there because they can refuse to pick it up.
They don't want
A
to.
word of warning.
Same on mattresses, you know, and that type of thing, they're not supposed to be.
They don't like dead bodies, they don't like any of
Dead
that.
bodies, you know, Chevys, anything like that.
There's Chevys and things like that we just put in the landfill.
Yeah.
Put them buried.
No, we just throw them on the other lot, on Bill's lawn.
That's actually what I think we should do with those barrels, is just move them over there and let Bill take it over here.
Rumor has it, what some cooperatives do is have an annual cleanup. And they pay for their trash guy to come down and put a full dumpster, you know, full like, couple of yards.
Yeah.
And say, everybody throw out, everybody throw whatever you want, as long as it's not okay or whatever. Or on, couches. But that's up to you to manage, and that's, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Run out.
part of that. Other, on this cost, other taxes, you're subject to a $12 unit tax from the town, $12 per month per unit. Okay, and so that's billed every month. And I did it at 37. Everything's done at 37. The reason for that is part of him offering this is that he's saying he's going to put 2 units out there. I've asked of him that buy new units, because we get them at wholesale. And he can put two new units out there, makes the place look better. Otherwise, you get an old thing.
Why can't we do that?
You can do that.
Wouldn't that be the best thing?
Well, I think
If we get them on consignment, just sell them?
You know, we're working with a co-op in Warren that we found financing for them to add new units.
Oh, good.
You could do that.
Wouldn't the cooperative get a percentage of what they sell it for?
Yeah, I mean, the deal that I asked of him was, and nothing's in writing, we could go to him and say, don't fill those in. You know what I mean? Don't fill those in the co-op. You know what I mean? You could do that. It's easier to work on 37 units than 35 units, right? At 35 units, everything would be much more expensive. That's why I did it at 37.
Yeah.
And if he puts the units in there, he has to pay the rent on the 2 units.
Well, I understand.
Whether somebody's in them or not.
But if they belong, if they're our trailers and they belong
But then we have to pay the
but if they belong to our
$300,
cooperative, wouldn't it be better?
then we have to pay the $400 a month on those.
Well, that's the thing, is you basically, or you
Well,
basically.
some of them.
Well, they might not sell for a year and a half.
Yeah, there
So
was
it's better
money.
off to let Lou hit put them in there.
I found an existing co-op alone
Okay.
to put their.
I agree. That's it. I agree.
You got it, right?
There you go.
It's easier, you get 2 new units, 2 immediate members, 2 new rents,
And that way he's paying the co-op fee.
Yeah, but they're not members if they're only renting.
Right.
No, he's not gonna rent it. Part of it is he has to sell. You really probably want.
He's gonna have to sell them.
he was gonna rent it.
No, he didn't say that.
He said he'll pay us the rent until he sells them.
That's right.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kiss that man. That's all right.
I'll tell you, it's adding value, because at $35, you guys are at $35. 35 units, you guys would be paying another,
Well, this is what you were talking
$20 a
about.
month.
I found the spot in reference. This is exactly what you were talking about.
Yes.
And Lou had asked you 19 or had asked 19 households. I mean, there are, because just right now there's 35 households, and you had said it's actually 35, so it's only 18. And actually, we were talking about how many to make the
Right,
majority.
non-Iraqi,
Okay,
yes,
so then you had said it's actually 35, so it's only 18, and actually and this word I couldn't make out. You said actually the 90591?
No, I probably said the non-owner occupied units.
Non-owner occupied units. Thank you. Yes.
In other words, when we do the 51% calculation,
But those don't count.
those
They're
don't
not.
count.
That's what I was at.
On the
Okay.
bottom line.
I'll fill that in.
So, in any event, so he's
There's 2 right now that's not occupied.
Yeah, I've heard there are a couple, but,
Well, and there's 1 vacant.
there's one vacant.
Well, there's
Yeah,
one that's ours and there's one that's not ours.
She's ours
There's one
now.
that's partially, isn't that?
She's ours now.
And in the budget, we put in $100, it says $100 per unit per month. It's actually $100 per unit per year in replacement reserves, so that we have long-term money that's being put aside in an escrow account, so that when you do have a pipe freeze under that time, you have the emergency funds to go and fix it. And the way, and on top of that, like you said, we make the budget a surplus, which is basically, basically 10% of your mortgage payment, you have to budget.
And what is the penalty if we don't have the?
If you don't,
You said you make us do it, so
Well,
what does that mean?
it is a covenant of the loan that you budget a surplus.
It's a covenant of the loan, so what does a covenant mean? If we don't have a surplus, then what?
It's an agreement.
It's an agreement, like,
But what's the penalty if we break that agreement?
in theory, they can call you a loan. In reality.
So if we don't have a surplus, we'd be in default of the loan.
Yes.